Okay. Yeah, I hope this is visible. See, what I was trying to tell you was about how the phosphorus patient will come, how he enters the clinic, the way he sits. And I was trying to compare this in contrast with Netremur. Netremur is a person who, though he might acknowledge, he might wish you, but he's a kind of a guy who will not, or is a kind of a patient who will not, give you a lot of information. You'll always see that kind of a thing between you and netrunner. Like they are very reserved, or they might sit back, they might pull their chair back, and some kind of an hesitation when they answer, which will be opposite in phosphorus. So we'll continue with phosphorus. See now, to start with, I was trying to tell you how good phosphorus is. So from the image, you also understand that Foss is a very caring personality. Fine. Foss is a very caring personality. Like they are caring, not only caring. You also see that they're very very affectionate people. Fine. For example, if you are a phosphorus homeopathic doctor, the way you deal with patients, the touch, the talk will be very soothing to the patient. And many times patients say, "Sir, looking at you, talking to you, I feel 50% better." That is the kind of comfort what a phosphorus person can give. So very caring, very affectionate constitutions, and as I was just trying to tell you, like very extroverted, very friendly. They can make friends even with strangers. For example, they sit in bus, or they're traveling somewhere, they're meeting somebody. They are the first ones who can go voluntarily introduce themselves, and they can talk. Fine. So very affectionate, very caring, extroverted constitution. Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you. They mix with people very easily. uh, they're first to help. They volunteer to help. Okay. So this helping is again, which comes out of that caring, that sympathetic feeling of phosphorus. Very sympathetic, very caring, and very generous. Now, what is phosphorus generous about? Generous in giving. So they're very helpful people. See, generosity in other constitutions, they might come with some kind of a star. They might come with some kind of a predetermined thing. Like, if I help, I might get something. Now they are more of lycopodiums, they are more of calcareas, they are more of sulfurs. But phosphorus generosity, phosphorus helping is something that is very genuine. Is something that is within, very spheric. They're very pure at heart to start with. So they're very generous. Okay. And phos is also one among those few constitutions who are very, very artistic. Can you quickly tell me which are all the other remedies which are artistic? Very good. Yeah, I'm happy with the speed you guys answer. Good, keep it up. I'm happy. Carcinosin, absolutely right. Sulfur, yes, good. Sulfur, carcinosin, fine. See, you have some tarantula, beautiful. I don't know who it is. Yes, Ashraf, tarantula, Sunaina, Staphylos aureus. Good, I'm happy. There are some 11 remedies in our Materia Medica who are artistic. To start with, we have Ambra gracia, we have Cinchona, fine, and we also have Natrum carp, okay. We have sulfur, we have tarantula, we have Staphylos aureus, and of course, we have tuberculinum. Don't forget tuberculinum. And we also have phosphorus. Now, how each constitution writes or meaning, paints or draws, that is also very important. What do they draw? How do they draw? Fine. All those things will help us in understanding different remedies which are artistic. Say, for example, you have carcinosin. Now, carcinosin is a different remedy, but I'll just give you the artistic part of carcinosin. See, carcinosin is highly artistic. Okay, and in carcinosin, what do they draw? What do they paint is also very important. The coloring or the painting is mainly the nature, the sceneries, first point. And second point, the neatness, the work that will be very, very, clean work, neat work. You don't see a color spilling out. The circle is beautifully round. The square is beautifully, all the symmetry is maintained fine, and that is more of cars. And cars generally will have dominating parents. The troubled kids, as an outlet, they look into the what the drawing or the artistic part. Very creative people, cars knows. You also have sulfur. I can't tell you the entire 11, keeping the time in mind. You also have sulfur. Now, sulfur, exactly, somebody has given it very rightly. They're not as they're not at all perfectionist when you compare to carcinosin. Yes, they do draw, and sulfur drawing is more of modern drawing, something that many of us don't understand. Okay, so that's more of sulfur. I told you when I did sulfur for you in your third year BHMS, but sulfur drawing may not be very symmetrical the way it is. It can be dirty. There can be no meaning. More of modern art. They come in more of philosophical art. They come into sulfur. Now, phosphorus, the remedy of today that we are speaking, generally, they use bright colors. Their pictures, their drawings look very elegant. They look very bright and attractive. That's more of phosphorus. So, people who are very creative, that's very, very important. Genetically, you see in phosphorus that they are very artistic. They are very creative people. Okay, so artistic, creative, and sometimes to start with, you can also see a lot of timidity, bashfulness. This is not that much marked in phosphorus because phosphorus basically they love enjoying company. If some guests come, they come out, they talk to them, and the guest will be surprised the comfort with which this child is adjusting to new people. That is the specialty of phosphorus. Okay, so that is the diffusion thing the author speaks of in phosphorus. Now phosphorus, if you see this child, this is more of a chamomilla or a sina kind of a cry, right? But phosphorus cry. Now, for what reason phosphorus cries? Phosphorus is a very sensitive constitution, and they cannot see violence. They cannot see people fighting, people quarreling, and quarreling can bring in tears in phosphorus. They're very, very emotional. They're very, very sensitive to quarrel. That's very important in phosphorus. Now, I had shared a case. I don't know if you remember. It is there in that YouTube channel. You can just have a look if when you're free. I had shared a case of vocal cord polyp of one gentleman who was a teacher by profession. He almost lost his voice, and then the ENT surgeon told it needs to be operated. And that case, if you remember, if you recall, he was a very passionate teacher. He would spend 80% of his salary, donating to charity. A very extroverted person. That case we had beautifully solved, and the polyp resolved with a single dose of phosphorus. Okay, so when you understand a remedy with a case, a practical case, it remains longer in your mind. So FOSS is very benevolent, very helping, and as you just saw, they are very, adjusting, mixing, caring, affectionate constitutions. Now, this image or this symptom of phosphorus is something very, very important for us. Now, what I want to try to highlight here is, if you just see the image, phosphorus constitution is a constitution who can see what is happening in future. Now, this symptom is what we call it as clairvoyance. Fine. So, phosphorus is one of those few constitutions who have an ability to see, foresee what is happening in future. Okay, so this is a, sixth sense kind of a thing you have in phosphorus. Many ophidias have this characters, and ophidias and phosphorus many times we get confused. Now, why do we, yes, why do we get confused with phosphorus and ophidias? Many times when ophidias fail, we give phosphorus, or when phosphorus fails, we give ophidia. You know the reason? From your knowledge of toxicology, you will understand that the venom of snake has good amount of phosphorus. Okay, so you see a lot of bleeding, you see that loquacity and clairvoyance, and many times we miss phosphorus for ophidia. So phosphorus has clairvoyance. Clairvoyance for you students is sixth sense, and they can foresee what is happening or what can happen in future. See, I mean, I was just trying to give you an example of a phosphorus nurse or a phosphorus doctor. Fine. I mean, for a kid, especially a pediatric age group, phosphorus pediatrician is a boon. You know, many times you would have seen those small WhatsApp images where the doctor gives a vaccine to the child, and child does not know that the doctor has given vaccine. Fine. They're so friendly, and you know that prick also will not cause you so much of pain. You know, that's how a phosphorus a pediatrician should be or will be. So very friendly, very extroverted, very caring, very affectionate. See, when the phosphorus pediatrician gives the prick, no, he knows how painful that prick will be. So he'll somehow divert the child, he will engage the child in some activity, and slowly he would have done his job, and the child wouldn't have even realized that he has had a prick. Okay, imagine an Axomica pediatrician. Okay, imagine a Kali pediatrician, or imagine a Sepia pediatrician. Fine. I mean, they're all different individuals, and how they treat a child, they'll be different. Fine. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to concentrate or highlight here. So very extroverted, very friendly. They genuinely feel the pain of others, and the sympathy, the benevolence in phosphorus is very genuine. This is what I am trying to tell you repeatedly, so that it gets fixed in your mind. Okay, and phos is also one of those few constitutions who startle easily. They're very sensitive. When I did the ailments from, I told you, they're very sensitive to the external impressions. They're very sensitive to certain energies. Probably that's how they are clairvoyant. They know, they can predict correctly what can happen in future. So they startle from noise. They're deep asleep, but a thunderstorm, you see first startling. Fine, that is characteristic. Okay. Continuing with phosphorus, you also see phos as a very good anxiety. Many patients who come to our clinic for anxiety of health, we have different remedies. One remedy is phosphorus. Now, which are all the other remedies which has anxiety? Anxiety of health, quick. Which are all the other remedies which has anxiety of health? Yes, sir, beautiful. Yeah, the list is fast. Good. Arsenic, the king. Kali, yes, Kalias, Kalika, Kalkiraka, beautiful, good. Lycopodium, yes, Aconate, yeah. I mean, majority of the remedies, I'm happy as a third year student you have covered. Good. So, we will try to understand what is that anxiety that phosphorus will be having. See, first anxiety, it is very easy to manage. Majority of the times, when I say anxiety of health, they will not have any pathology. It's more at the level of physiology. It's more at the level of psychology. They feel they have some disease. Now, it's the homeopath. You know, if you talk in a very nice way, if you talk in a very convincing way, phosphorus gets easily convinced. Like, you know, they tell, like, doctor, you have told me fine. Yeah, that's fine, that's enough. You have to, rightly used by one of your friend, you have to reassure them. You just tell them nothing, fine. Yo, your heart is doing good. You just give the stethoscope and you confidently tell them, yes, you live for another 30 days. I give you the guarantee. And that's it. Phosphorus is relaxed. No doubt, they might come to you after 10, 15 days with some other problem. Doctor, that day you told me no, that my heart, there is no problem. I am okay with my heart, but I feel my stomach, no, there is some problem. Or my rectum, there is some problem. I had hard motions. Is that cancer, doctor? Fine. So they come with something new to you. Now, this is where you have to understand arsenic. This is where you have to understand kali. This is where you have to understand lycopodium. This is where you have to understand calcarea carb. They also have a good amount of anxiety. How do you individualize each remedy, each constitution when they come to you with anxiety of health is very, very important. Arsenic is exactly opposite of phosphorus. They are not going to get convinced so easily. Phosphorus can get convinced so easily. Arsenic will not get convinced. So that is with arsenic. And you also have kali ars. We have discussed this. So I'm not going in depth because for many it will be a repetition. But a repetition also is important so that you will not forget. Kali ars, when they talk only about heart, you should only think of Kalias. No other remedy. Kalias. Strong anxiety of heart disease, cardiac issues, Kalias. Okay. You also have Agnes, sorry. You also have Agaricus, not Agnes, I'm sorry, Agaricus, when they have strong anxiety of cancer. Lycopodium will have strong anxiety about health and he'll be worried about what future health problems he'll be having. That is lycopodium. Sir, I have a pain in my knee. Tomorrow, I don't want it to become serious. I don't want to be crippled. I don't want to limp. Please take care of it today. Now, that is more of lycopodium. Lycopodium is worried what will happen in future. Okay. So, anxiety of health, when you reassure them, see, look at the face of phosphorus. See how happy he is. You tell him, boss, nothing to worry. I am there. You are fine. Your ECG, your echo, absolutely normal. Fine. See, they get convinced. They have to be reassured. Okay. No doubt, they might also go into hypochondriasis before coming to you. They feel they have every disease on earth. Yeah, they can also go into anxiety neurosis or anxiety hypochondriacal, wherein they feel they have every disease on earth. And with this, they come to you, they rush to you. And you have to just reassure them. You have to just talk to them, convince them, examine them, and they get convinced. That is phosphorus. Okay. See, and phosphorus also, as I was just trying to tell you, highly extroverted guy, he needs company. Many patients need company. Fine. And the first company is something that you all enjoy. Right? See, phosphorus company is what you also will be dying for. You also will be waiting for phosphorus to come. And once this phosphorus guy has entered your room, your group, it will be fun. There will be so much of activity. Genuinity is what is very important. And genuinely he will engage with everybody. He will listen to everybody. This is where you also have to remember about arsenic. Arsenic also loves company. But arsenic will have a lot of fears, lot of insecurities, lot of anxieties. Arsenic, if he's in a company, he'll feel confident, he'll feel secure. That's why he needs company. Whereas phosphorus has a genuine anxiety about others. He genuinely feels for others. So he can listen to you, he can also talk to you. Fine. But arsenic desires company is with a selfish motto. I hope I am clear. So loves company, okay, and they also have a lot of fears. They also have a lot of fears. Very timid constitution, very fearful constitution. Now, what fears they have? By now, you should be getting an idea. What are the fears phosphorus has? An extroverted guy. So one very important fear is fear of being alone. Yes, good. Fear of being alone, fear of death, fear of ghost. Yes, absolutely right. Many of you are coming with thunderstorm. Fear of being alone, fear of ghost, fear of death. Fine. Fear is got some serious illness. We discussed that under anxiety of health. Fear of thunderstorm. Very, very characteristic. Okay. So these are few fears you have. Now, before I take you to the next level, I hope I'm clear in what I've tried to tell you. We started with how a phosphorus patient present himself to you, how extroverted they are, how caring they are, and slowly as the miasm blooms, you see a lot of anxiety, and how that anxiety with reassurance they feel better, and slowly in the next phase, the psychotic phase, you see fear coming up here, and what are they afraid of, and slowly is a very intelligent constitution. Phosphorus, one of the top intellectual constitutions in our medica is phosphorus. So slowly in the psychotic phase, he starts becoming dull, he starts losing concentration. Fine. He starts losing aptitude for business. He starts becoming tired. He starts becoming frustrated. There will be mental prostration, emotional prostration, and dullness, memory issues. All these things slowly, slowly they start coming up or building up in the psychotic phase. Okay, losing interest with society. Fine, and slowly in the syphilitic phase or in the last phase, you see phosphorus becoming indifferent. Indifferent means not caring for anybody. Fine. So now this is the shift you need to understand. In Sora, Foss was very affectionate, very sympathetic, very caring, very loving. As the pathology progresses, as the miasm blooms, from Sora he will go into psychosis, and this is the syphilitic phosphorus I'm trying to tell you, who was very affectionate, will lose affection. He will go into an opposite state where he becomes indifferent. So, who is phosphorus indifferent to? He is indifferent towards his loved ones. His daughter, his family was everything for him. His friends, he loves company. Friends also love him. But as the pathology progresses, he becomes indifferent. Okay? He becomes indifferent to his own family, indifferent to his own friends, and indifference to his loved ones. So, this is what you see in the syphilitic phase of phosphorus. See, last 30 minutes or 40 minutes, what I have tried to give you is, I have tried to quickly explain phosphorus in Sora, phosphorus in psychosis, and phosphorus in syphilis. Phosphorus mind itself, we can speak for 3 to 4 hours. You have so much in phosphorus. But to sum up, I want you to at least remember few very important things in phosphorus, that they're genuinely caring, they're highly extroverted people. So tomorrow you have somebody who is very affectionate. See, phosphorus also has that desire to be touched. Fine, they want to be magnetized. They love being hugged. They love being kissed. A mother caressing them, mother hugging them, or a father kissing her. That will regenerate them. So as Mysore says, they come and they steal the energy from you. Meaning, they come, they touch. The touch, will regenerate phosphorus. Right? So constitution, who wants to be touched, and that's where phosphorus is also a very clingy child, a clingy person, clingy to physician, clingy to mother, clingy to somebody whom they love. So that attachment, okay, that desires magnetism, that clinginess, wants to be touched, wants to be caressed, all that you have in phosphorus. Fine. But you see, as the pathology progresses, the clinginess goes, they slowly start detaching from people, they slowly start becoming indifferent to people, indifferent to loved ones. That becomes very, very strong. So this is, in short, for a third year student, how the mind of phosphorus evolves from being a super affectionate person to an indifferent person. I hope this evolution, a short evolution, is clear for you. For a third year student, I hope this is clear. And if at all there are any questions related to what we spoke, feel free to ask the question so that I can answer your queries. And in case if there are no queries, next class, yeah, we are done with our time. Next class, we'll be talking about the particulars. Hopefully tomorrow 11 to 12 and day after tomorrow 11 to 12, I'll take two classes and we will talk of the importance of the particular symptoms in phosphorus. Okay. So any questions? I hope you got some clarity. Fine. So if you're clear, we will stop here. And first, in the soric phase, they have great memory. As they come to the psychotic and syphilitic, they tend to forget the memory becomes weak. Okay. Now see, why do they have clairvoyance is a question what one of our student wants to know. See, why few constitutions have clairvoyance is a little difficult to explain. But a very nice question. What I can tell you is having clairvoyance is not normal. See, clairvoyance is sixth sense. We all have five senses. These are the normal things. When somebody have a sixth sense, that is abnormal. And mind you, after you give a remedy, if your remedy is right, the clairvoyance thing should go. It is not normal. It is abnormal. Not all of us have this character. So instead of why, I can tell having clairvoyance is not right. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you why they have clairvoyance. Must be they have that sensitivity or that extra perception where they can foresee things. Few are gifted, they have. But I can't tell you beyond this, I can't tell you scientifically why certain constitutions have. And homeopathy is the only system which, if they have, we can help them. We can help them cure. This is the only system. No other system on this earth can treat such extra things. Like for example, clairvoyance is something that is extra. They can't cure. And suppressed anger, yes. See, first, if at all they suppress anger, they are the kind of people who generally are very friendly and they want things to be very happy around them. So generally, they don't. I mean, there might be good amount of anger in phosphorus, but generally, to keep the momentum of the group, even if they are angry, they may not like expressing it. Okay, fine. I hope these two questions are clear. If there are any more questions, we'll take it up. Okay, so next class, please go through Phosphorus from Kent's. It's a beautiful book. The books that are given in your syllabus, you have Kent's. You also have a small book, Vitulka's Essence of Homeopathic Metra Medica. And, E.F. Harrington is a beautiful book. You can go through that, fine. And Taylor, you also have Margaret Taylor. It's a beautiful book on, you get a picture of phosphorus. You get a mental picture of phosphorus, which you will never forget in your life. Okay, thank you for joining and next class we'll continue with phosphorus. Two more classes for phosphorus. Thank you and we'll close today's class. Thanks.